going on, guys? Welcome back to Truncated Zigzag. I'm Ryan. In this video, we're going to be going over the Elliott wave count that I have for Ripple for XRP. So there's a few things we have to consider before we get into it. First of all, I'm really only going to be covering the Elliott wave count that I have beyond these lows right here, put in March of 2020. But we're going to be assuming that a impulse wave was put in right here, and the highs put in January of 2018. So assuming this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for an impulse wave, and this is all corrected down to these lows, then what we can see off these lows is that we get a three-wave move for the most part, where we get an A, B, C. Now the only way we can make this into a motive wave, so in other words, the only way we can make this into a wave 3 or a wave 5 in the case that this is a wave 1 or a wave 3, is making it all a diagonal. So we would have to say this is all wave 1 up here, and we're coming down for a wave 2, and it would look a little bit like this. So this would be a ABC for wave 1, ABC wave 2, ABC wave 3, ABC wave 4, ABC wave 5. So given this count, we could expect it to bring us pretty late into 2022 or even into 2023. And the only possibility, if this isn't the correct count, then the only viable possibility, in my opinion, is that this is all a wave W or A down here. This is all an X or B, or coming down for a C or Y. So that would look a little bit like this, where this is all wave. So in the case that this is a zigzag, and I have to mention I don't like the zigzag count because you can't really get a nice 5-wave move out of this wave A. You'd have to say that this is all a leading diagonal, which I don't like the look of, because you'd have to say this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, this is all some sort of wave 3 down here, some sort of complex correction. And I don't like the look of this zigzag, of this diagonal, so I'm not going to go with the ABC. I think it's more likely, if this is the correct count, or if this is all an W or an A, I'd pick the W, and this would all be a WXY. So it would look a little bit like this. So we would put in the W wave down here, and we came up for the X wave up here, and we're currently coming down for the Y wave. Now in the case that it's an ABC, we would get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete the zigzag. But in the case that it's an A or a WXY, we could expect something like maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, up for a B wave, maybe down for another C wave, as so. And the target we could look out for would be the bottom of this channel, or the 1 to 1. So basically W equals Y, put on log scale. So it would be based on log scale, which would come down here below these lows around 5 or 6 cents. Now I have to say that probably isn't the correct count, but it is something to keep in mind, especially if we get a massive dump down here indicative of a wave 3. Then it's something we have to keep in the back of our mind, that this is probably in play if that were to happen. But until then, I'm going to be going off some of the more local counts that I have. I'm actually going to be assuming that this is all a diagonal to kind of align with the other crypto counts that I have. For example, on Bitcoin, where I have this all as a wave 3, 4. I think it would make more sense on Ripple for this to also be in a motive wave. So for that reason, I'm going to be saying that this is all going to be looking like this. And one count I want to show you guys today on more of the local time frame is this one right here, where let's go ahead and hide the leading diagonal for now, where I'm going to be considering this all a wave A up here. So this would all be a leading diagonal. It would be an expanding diagonal for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for this A wave, down for this B wave, and this C wave is a little bit tricky to count. Definitely the subdivisions are not perfect, but I would put the 1 here, 2 here, and this would be, actually the 2 would be right here, I believe. You have to squeeze a 1, 2, 3 up here. This would be a wave 4, and this would be a truncated wave 5 for this minute wave 3. And then you come down for this minute wave 4, and it actually overlaps this minute wave 1. But the only other possibility is considering this all a WXY. And if we were to do that, then we'd have to say this section right here is all WXY. So I think it makes more sense to give it a little bit more leniency and call this a wave 4 down here, which has a little bit of overlap with wave 1, but not enough for me to invalidate it completely. Then we move up here for this wave 5, which happens to be extended. It would probably be a 1, 2 here, 3, 4 up here, 5 up here. That would complete this wave C. And now in this section right here, we have a few options. One of the options we have to consider is that this is all an impulse wave down here for this A wave, which in this case, this would be a 5 wave down, a 3 wave up, another 5 wave down for a zigzag. So that would give us a 1, 2. We could actually zoom in to give you guys a better view. So the best way to subdivide this into a 5 wave impulse is by saying this is a wave 1 down here, up for wave 2. This would be an extended wave 3 as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be a wave 4. This would be a wave 5 down here. Now I'm not going to be going into the more local subdivisions. I'm not going to be zooming into these sections right here and doing the subdivisions. I just kind of want to give you guys more of a general prediction, a wave prediction on what I think is going to happen on Ripple in more of the medium term. I don't really want to go too much into the nitty gritty. So for that reason, I'm just mainly giving you guys, I'm not going really below minuet degree. So moving on to this wave B right here, I'm calling this a truncated zigzag. So in order to do so, we'd have to say this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for this A wave, down for this B wave for a zigzag. The C wave would have to probably be a diagonal for A, B, C up here. It would probably look something like this. Now it doesn't look perfect, but it is possible. Let's look at the volume profile. So this is an expanding diagonal, then the volume profile is lining up for the most part, where it starts out lower and then it increases as it progresses. So we would put probably wave 1 here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alternatively, we could call this all a WXY. That would also be valid for a zigzag. But we're just we're assuming this is all a zigzag, a truncated zigzag right here. And in order to do so, we'd have to call this all a diagonal as so. So moving on to this wave C. We could call all this whole section right down here a wave 1. We came up for a wave 2. And then we're coming down for wave 3. And the way I'm subdividing this wave 3 is, first of all, we could get a clear 5 wave impulse down here for this wave 1. We get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for wave 2. And then here for this wave 3, we could probably put a wave 1 here. So this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we could squeeze in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3. This would be a wave 4, and this would be a truncated wave 5. And in this case, we'd have to say that, so if this is a triangle, then the triangle would actually start right here, as this is the end of the impulse. So one correction we could be looking at for this wave 4 would be a triangle in the case that this is all a wave A, this is all wave B, and we're in a wave C. We already completed the wave C. So we could have already completed the wave C, or we could be doing something like this. Then of course we're going to come down for the wave D, now for the wave E, and then finally come down for this wave 5. So that's what we could be looking at for this right here. Keep in mind, I haven't looked too much into the lower time frames on Ripple, so this is just one count that I have to show you guys. But we are getting very decreasing. The volume profile looks very indicative of a triangle correction in that we're getting decreasing volume throughout the progression of this triangle. So that's good to see. But then anyways, moving on, another count I want to show you guys for today would be pretty similar, but really what we're going to change is this section right here. So let's go ahead and hide this count for now. Let's add that to the folder. And the other count I want to show you guys would be the assumption that this is all a WXY. In order to do that, we'd have to say this is all a B, C down here for a W wave. So this would be a flat. So this would be an A put down here, a B put in up here. This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 put in down here for an extended 5th wave. Then we came for an X wave, which has the same subdivisions as I showed you guys previously in this count. So this would be a wave X instead of a wave B. And then this would all be a wave A down here instead of a wave 1. We came out for a wave B, and we're coming down for a wave C. Now, if this is a zigzag right here for the wave Y, then a target we'd be looking out for is this 1-to-1. So I think this is not on log scale. So we could be looking at the one based on log scale, or the one that is actually not based on log scale. In this case, since we're on the daily chart, I'd probably be looking at the one based on log scale down here for this wave Y. This would come in around 45 cents for Ripple. And something else we could be looking at would be a channel taken from the beginning of wave A, then pulled across the top of wave B, then down to the bottom of wave A. And we could also expect it to come down somewhere near the bottom of this channel. So we could do something like that and then make our way up after we complete this wave Y. Okay, so some other targets we could be looking out for would be right here. Let's hide this channel for now. Zoom out a little bit. And assuming that the zigzag count is correct, so assuming this count right here is correct, then some potential targets we could be looking out for would be, first of all, this golden pocket based on log scale. Hold from this bottom right here all the way to this top right here. Now we can pull it as so, or we could actually pull it all the way down to this low right here, which would align with this point of control down here, taken from this. This would be a fixed range volume profile taken from this low, put in March of 2020 to current price action. So that would be a very strong level to be looking out for if we make our way down here to about 31.5 cents to about 27 cents. Now, additionally, we have this. Let's undo that. So additionally, we have this 1-to-1. So this would be assuming that this A wave equals wave, or rather the C wave equals wave A on log scale, where we pull a trend-based. This would be a trend-based FIB extension tool from the top of wave A to the bottom of wave A, and drag it to the top of wave B. Now we can pull it to the top, the absolute top of wave B right here, or the orthodox top of wave B. Either one works, but I'm going to go with the orthodox top of wave B, where the wave C was put in right here. That's another target we could be looking out for around 33.4 cents. And then another target is the bottom of this channel. So if this is all A, B, then we could be looking for the channel pulled from the top of wave A across wave B down to the bottom of wave A. And that would come in around, it depends when we bottom out. So, but it would come in around 30 cents, or 30 to 30 cents, I would say. So my guess is that we're probably going to bottom out for this wave C somewhere in this box right here. So this would be between this golden pocket right here and this point of control all the way down here. In other words, it would be between about 42 cents, 43 cents, and 30 cents. So it's a pretty wide range to be looking out for. But especially if we come down to one of these levels, and if Bitcoin is at support simultaneously, then that could offer us a good long trade or a good swing trade. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come join us in Discord in the link down below in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video and in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.